Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Giggity, real name is Mark, and in today's video, we are going to be ranking all 104 sniper rifles in Call of Duty history from worst to best. We have done this already now with the ranking all pistols, ranking all launchers, ranking all tactical rifles, and marksman rifles, and the biggest class we've done so far is ranking all submachine guns. This is going to be, I think, the second biggest class now. If not the second biggest, it's right behind pistols for the third biggest class that we've done so far. And I keep saying that we're not going to do these very often. We're not going to do them often, but then I really want to get them out. So yeah, we're doing them quite often. But in the future, don't expect me to do these very often because they take a long time to make, obviously, which is also the reason why I haven't uploaded a real video on this channel in like 5 days. So I do want to apologize for not uploading. I've uploaded a couple zombies videos and stuff like that in the past couple days. Like, I'm trying to play through, for those who don't know, I'm trying to play through every zombies map in Call of Duty history and just like make a video on it. And so I've been uploading those a lot, but I've been working on this video in the background, so I haven't uploaded in a couple days now. But yeah, man, just wanted to apologize for that, and just let you guys know in the future we are not going to be ranking the LMGs right after this or the shotguns right after this. It'll take a little bit of time, obviously, because these videos do take a while to make. We are ranking, like I said, every one of the snipers in Call of Duty history. It has to be in the snipers class to count here. So what that means is no SPR 208 from MW19, no Car 98K from MW19. Those are marksman rifles. They're not in the sniper rifles class. They have to be in the sniper rifles class. And we're also not including any of the first 3 Call of Duties or Call of Duty Mobile because I didn't play any of those. Also, I want to make it very, very abundantly freaking crystal clear. I am not Scump. I am not Pomage. I am not FaZe Sprat or Jev or Kitty or Scope. I'm none of those guys, man. I'm the most average casual sniper on the face of planet Earth, and I don't even have 100 hours on each one of these snipers played or anything like that either. Like, some of these snipers is maybe I've played with them once or twice, period, and that's it. Some of these snipers I've never even played with before, period, ever. Like, in World War II, there's a lot of DLC snipers I've never played with before. And so just keep that in mind, man. I'm a very casual player there. And when I do play with snipers, I mainly quickscope. I'm not very good at it again, but I'm not a hard scoper, so, you know, maybe that some of these snipers are better in like Warzone for holding down like 300-meter shots or something like that. Maybe, I don't know, but that's not my style of playing, so I don't know. As a matter of fact, I don't play freaking Warzone anyways, so get that out of here. But I know some true demons, some true sniping demons will tell me I'm stupid on some of these placements, but it's just the ones that I had the best time with, the ones that I think, and I am open to any and all criticism here too. So if you are a true demon that is like, no, well, you know, that's not true, that this sniper's clearly the better option, then by all means, leave me a comment below, man. I'm open for it. Also, even if the weapon is good, if it's semi-auto, it's going to be pretty low on my list. Just a big spoiler alert there, but yeah, I just don't find semi-auto sniping fun. Bolt action just feels so much more satisfying. So just want to point that out there. Anyways, we're splitting it up into 6 tiers: the awful tier, bad tier, average tier, good tier, amazing tier, and the best tier. And song of the day is called Dragula by Rob Zombie. I guarantee we all already know this song. It brings me back to like Need for Speed Underground 2 vibes. I love it. It's such a banger. But if you haven't listened to it already, go give it a listen. It's a like heavy metal song, but it's so freaking good, dude. I don't know how anybody could not like this. It's such a good song. You can't like turn off your judgmental brain for a second though. Don't be like, oh, I have to be cool and be like, dude, you're listening to it alone. You know what I mean? Nobody's watching you. Just listen to the song, give your honest opinion on it. All right. Without further ado, let's get right into it. With number 104, in my opinion, the worst sniper in all of Call of Duty history. Alright, and number 104, the worst sniper in all of Call of Duty history, in my opinion, is going to be going to the Dragunov from Call of Duty Black Ops 1. Black Ops 1 already has the obvious problem that we all know, well, the majority of us all know, where when you aim in, it doesn't automatically line up to where your crosshairs actually were, so you have to adjust immediately, which is annoying. But then the Dragunov itself is also annoying because it rarely gets one-shot kills. It like, the Dragunov, dude, I don't know why they bring this. We're going to see this gun a lot in today's video, obviously, because there's a lot of Dragunovs out there. And every one of them, every last one of them makes me want to shove a... Ooh, I could say something really bad right now, but I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. It makes me want to shove something somewhere where the sun don't shine, if you know what I'm saying. Oh my god, would you look at that. Coming in at 103rd place, the second worst sniper in all of Call of Duty history is going to the Dragunov from Modern Warfare 3. Yeah, yet again, it's not fun, man. Like, here, like, dude, what do you mean? Somebody's going to be out. I know someone's going to be there. Someone is going to be there that plays with these guns. Because obviously someone plays with Dragunovs. Or else they wouldn't bring them back as often as they do. So there's clearly there's somebody out there that's playing with Dragunovs out here. Maybe it's their investors or something. Maybe it's like an 80-year-old man that gives them like $1 million. So they include the Dragunov in every game. I don't know. But there's somebody out there. And so I guarantee I'm going to get 1 or 2 comments of people being like, the Dragunov is actually really good. Dude, I don't care. Even if it was good, as a matter of fact, there is a Dragunov, and I don't want to spoil it, but it's actually a pretty good gun in terms of sniping, but it's still going to be pretty low on my list because it's such a, like, an insult of a gun. It makes me mad just thinking of it. Coming in at 102nd place, also, by the way, you can see what it is on screen right now, and it's not a surprise to anybody, but it's the Dragunov from COD 4. But either way, I wanted to say really quickly, guys, thank you guys so much for all the support on these ranking all videos. You guys are loving them, and which is probably the reason why I want to make them so often. Again, I always tell myself, I'm like, Mark, calm yourself down. You're going to stress yourself out. You know, it's summertime. Go outside, get some sunlight. You know, don't work too hard. You're not, you know, it's not your job or anything. You know what I mean? You're just doing it for fun. You know, don't take it so seriously. But then I see the views on the ranking all video, ranking all like guns in a certain class video, and I'm like, yeah, they like it. See, I like making them too. And so I start going in freaking crazy and doing them all. It's a good thing and a bad thing. So thank you guys so much for all the support, man. It really does mean the world to me on these ranking all videos. It takes a long time to make, and seeing that pay off is awesome, man. So thank you guys so much. Either way, yeah, the Dragunov from COD 4 is, again, it's just a Dragunov, man. COD 4 has some really cool snipers, and this is just not one of them. Coming in at 101st place, barely missing out on the top 100. Dude, I'm just starting to realize how long this video is going to take. Oh my god. I always bite off more than I could chew. Every time I start to record on these like big ranking all videos, I'm always like, oh, let's just get this done real quick. Let's just like set aside half hour. We'll get this video done. It's never a half hour. I don't know why I'm lying to myself. Either way, 101st place is the Maverick A2 from Call of Duty Ghosts. It's another semi-auto gun. It looks horrible. It looks so stupid. It's actually one of the stupidest looking guns of all time. And on top of all that, you have to pay for it. Now, luckily, when you do pay for it, you also get the Maverick assault rifle, which is a pretty good assault rifle in the game. So at least you have a little bit of a payoff there. But like, this is just, yeah, you're not going to use this, man. You're not. You're just not. Who is using this? Breaking its way into the top 100 is a gun that I actually just got done using last night because I was trying to level it up all the way. That way I can get like the camo, the gold camo and everything like that, because I'm obviously, you guys know I'm doing the Road to Master Prestige series, so I'm trying to level up guns, stuff like that. But it's the KV inhibitor from Modern Warfare 23. Also, I forgot to I just realized that earlier with the Maverick A2, I said you have to pay for it. Technically speaking, you have to pay for all these guns because you got to buy the game in order to use them, but you get what I was trying to say. The KV inhibitor, though, is a semi-auto gun very similar to the Maverick A2, where it's almost like a DMR. Now, it can get one-shot kills, so the really upper body, and obviously the head as well, because it is a sniper. If a sniper can't get a one-shot kill in the head, that is just an insult. But it's still like not fun to use at all. It's so slow. It's still semi-auto. You're not going to get any quick scopes with it or anything like that. It feels more like a marksman rifle than a sniper, and that's like one of my least favorite ways of playing with a sniper. Speaking of guns just like that, coming in at 99th place is going to be going to the SDM from Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Yeah, same thing that I just said with the KV inhibitor pretty much applies to this, but it's honestly even more DMR oriented. It's quite literally just like M14. But in Black Ops 4. And the worst part about this gun, and I remember this is one of the only games that I got Dark Matter in. For those who don't know, I got Dark Matter in 3 games: Black Ops 6, MW2, and Black Ops 4. It was my first game I ever got Dark Matter in, and this was one of the worst guns in that game to get gold on, dude. I hated every second of it. I can't stand it. You have to, most of the other snipers, you have to get one-shot kills. The SDM, you got to get headshots. Why? Because they just wanted to sprinkle in a little bit more of a middle. They knew nobody was going to use this gun unless they had to get gold for it, and so they were like, let's make it longer. That way our investors think that it was a good decision. It was a bad decision, Black Ops 4. This gun sucks. Coming in at 98th place, also, before we get into this gun really quickly, I just wanted to apologize for 2 things. One, not uploading for like 5 days a real video. Again, I know I said that the reason why is because of this video, and this video was obviously a long video. It's going to take a long time, and, you know, obviously you have to set aside a couple hours, but that's not an excuse. You know, I should have planned better, should have planned accordingly, so I do apologize for not uploading a real video for like 5 days. It's my fault, man. I'm sorry. And the other thing I wanted to apologize for is the freaking intro, man. I promise, guys, I am trying to keep those intros shorter. I know I ramble on for 4 minutes straight in the intros before we actually get into the video sometimes, and I apologize for that. I just always feel like I have to get everything out there, or else somebody's not going to understand what the video is about, and they get like confused, and it always drives me nuts. Either way, 98th place is the RS-ASS from MW3. Cut out the RS, and that is exactly what this gun is. It is straight cheeks, man. I don't like this thing at all. It is, what is this like gun? Who is this gun like appealing to? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't even fit for the DMR guys. It's like weird. It's like such a fast semi-auto, almost no recoil gun. It's weird. There's like no other gun in COD history like this, and I don't like it. I do not like it. The RS-ASS, I'm not a fan of. Yeah, obviously I'm not a fan of it. We're in the awful tier. I realized I didn't need to say that. But either way, coming in at 97th place, another gun that I freaking hate, the SVU-AS from Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2, obviously, I said in multiple times now, and I'll say it again, I do believe is my favorite game in terms of sniping, for Call of Duty games at least. I think Black Ops 2 sniping absolutely perfected it, but the SVUAS is not one of those. This is your starting sniper in this game, and it sucks. I don't know. The second you unlock the DSR-50, just put on the DSR-50. Like, this, it's not satisfying. It's not fun to use. It's not a one-shot 90% of the time. It's not cool. It's bullpup, which I guess is kind of sick, I guess. No, it's not. Ghost did it right. They put the SVU in the Marksman Rifles class. That's where it belongs. Okay, coming in at 96th place is going to go to one of those snipers that I feel like most people probably don't even know exist. The D25S. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War just updated. What? I swear, it literally says on my Xbox right now, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War update installed. What? What are you talking about? How is that still updating? Either way, yeah, the D25S is a COD 4 remastered gun, so they added it after post-launch into COD 4, which, by the way, I know some people hate that. I remember back when that first started happening, they started adding DLC guns into COD 4. People were, like, so mad. They're like, this isn't a remaster. This isn't what COD 4 had. Dude, I think it was I like DLC guns. I don't have a problem with them. But either way, this one sucks. It's a semi-auto marksman rifle style sniper, and on top of all that, you have to obviously buy a lot of supply drops or craft it with armory credits, and it takes a long time to get it, pretty much is what I'm saying. And then if you don't know how bad it is and you spend all your hard-earned time and maybe even money on this gun, that is so sad. Coming in at 95th place, this is the game with, I believe, the most amount of snipers in it, and the good news, the majority of the snipers in this game are actually pretty fun, usable sniper rifles. This is not one of them, though. The Carabin from Call of Duty World War II. As we all know, World War II added, I think it's, 987,262 DLC guns into their game. So there's a good amount of DLC guns in Call of Duty World War II. And so obviously there's a ton of sniper rifles as well. And like I said, most of them are fun. The Carabin is the only gun in this entire game besides, I believe, the PTRS-41 that's semi-auto. And obviously the PTRS is a fun semi-auto gun to use. It's almost like a Barrett 50 cal. It's a heavy-hitting sniper, so it still is fun. The Carabin is just not fun. It's your starting sniper in this game too. The second you unlock the Lee Enfield, just use that. The Lee Enfield isn't even, spoiler alert, but the Lee Enfield in World War II is still one of the worst snipers in that game to use, but it is miles better than the Carabin. This thing is bad. See, guns like this, man, like, this is what makes me, like, not want to have to grind out these older CODs for the Road to Master Prestige series and get, like, dark matter for every gun, because I'm trying to obviously get all the mastery camos too for every gun in the Road to Master Prestige series. And 94th place is going to the Vendetta from Black Ops 4, and again, dude, I just don't want to get this gun gold. I don't want to. It's a DLC gun. Some people might not know it exists. It's pretty much just like a slightly stronger hitting SDM, and it does look cooler than the SDM too, which, you know, give credit where credit is due. And I know people are thinking, oh my god, this guy is saying it looks cooler. Okay, let's be honest, dude. We all care about how cool our gun looks in Call of Duty games, okay? Like, it's a first-person shooter. Stop lying to yourself. So, yeah, I care about how the gun looks, and I think the Vendetta does look cooler. I think it's pretty much just a better, slightly better version than the SDM overall, but it's still a semi-auto sniper that's more like a marksman rifle than it is a sniper, and that just pisses me off. Pardon my French on that last clip there. I did not mean to cuss. I usually don't cuss on this channel, but that was a slight one anyways, so I feel like everybody's okay. Either way, coming in at 93rd place, and the final one for the awful tier, before we get into the bad tier, is going to be going to the DMR one from Infinite Warfare. Yet another semi-auto. Literally, the name is DMR. Doesn't, in my opinion, deserve to be in the sniper rifles class. They obviously should have had a tactical rifles or marksman rifles class in Infinite Warfare and included this in it, but that's pretty much what it is. It's a marksman rifle. It's this game's M14. Makes it even more of an insult considering this game has an M1 Garand already in it. It's just so bad. Like, get out of here. Oh, first of all, we are now into the bad tier. Yeah, so snipers in this tier, I'm still not going to use them. Okay, but at least it's not like I want to gouge my eyes out when using it to get dark matter or whatever. But I did really quickly wanted to say something. I did forget that every gun in this list, again, has to be in the snipers class except for one because of Infinite Warfare. Infinite Warfare had a class called the Classics class, but obviously it's the only game with that class, and so we are going to include the sniper rifle that you can get in the Classics class, which is called the TF-141 in this list. Just wanted to make that clear. Either way, 92nd place in the first one for the bad tier is the Drakon from Black Ops 3. Incredible in zombies. Okay, this gun is great in zombies and super fun to use in zombies because snipers are obviously not fun to use in zombies when they're bolt action, so semi-auto guns are really fun in zombies, but I'm obviously not ranking them based on zombies. I'm ranking them based on multiplayer, and in multiplayer it's an insult of a gun yet again. And on top of all that, like, it's one of those guns where you don't want to use it because it's such a boring gun to use, but everybody else that uses it against you, it really drives you nuts because it's actually kind of a good gun to use since it's literally just like a 2-shot kill. It is such an insult. I hate it so much. And then 9 times out of 10 people that are using the Drakon put the ELO sight on it too, and it's like, that's another insult. Everything about this gun is an insult. Coming in at 91st place, however, barely missing out on the top 90, is going to be going to the WA 2000 from Call of Duty Black Ops 1, or the WA 2000. I'm not calling it that. We're calling it the WA 2000, partner. Yeah, it's a semi-auto sniper, yet again, just like the Dragunov in Black Ops 1. 10,000 times better than the Dragunov, though. This one actually can get some one-shots, and on top of all that, it kind of looks cool. You know, you got everybody kind of, the first time we all saw the WA 2000, we were probably all kind of like, whoa, that's a cool-looking weapon. Then we started using it, and we were like, whoa, I'd rather use my fisticuffs than use this, and that's pretty much the equivalent or the rundown of the WoW 2000. It's not fun. It's not fun to use. It's not good to use. It's just boring. However, breaking its way into the top 90, my good friends, my dogs are barking because they hate this gun so much. It's the WoW 2000 from Modern Warfare 2. Yeah, I guarantee, I'm like 98% sure it's the exact same asset as the Black Ops 1 WoW 2000. They probably just reused it. But since this game came out with it first, I'm going to put it one spot higher than the Black Ops 1 variant because it has the originality bonus, pretty much. Okay. I think my dogs are finally done barking. Sorry for that. They were barking in that last clip, and I had to wait for like 5 minutes for them to stop barking. Either way, coming in at 89th place, at some point in Call of Duty history, they decided they were going to change up their Dragunovs and make them somewhat useful in a way, but still be really freaking boring and not fun at all. And that's why that's the next batch of the 3 here that we're going to talk about. Spoiler alert. But either way, 89th place is the SVO from Advanced Warfare. It's a Dragunov. I don't know why they called it the SVO, but yeah, it's a DLC gun too, by the way. So if you get this in a supply drop, you're probably gonna be punching the air a little bit there. It's again, it's better than the original 3 Dragunovs that we had, but not good. You're not gonna want to use this thing. By the way, I keep forgetting to do this, but every time that that was the worst sniper in Advanced Warfare. I was going to try and say that, but keep forgetting to say that every time it is the worst one. The WA 2000, by the way, is the worst sniper in MW2. And 88th place, this is the worst sniper in MW19, the Dragunov from MW19. Yeah, it's a Dragunov. Yet again, at some point in COD history, they decided, hey, you know what? Maybe we should make the Dragunov a weapon where you can actually get kills with it. That way that people can actually use it and actually somewhat have fun with it. And this is one of those weapons. Like, I'm sure there are going to be people out there that are like, the Dragunov in MW19 was actually a really good gun because it could one shot for the most part, and it was semi-auto, and it was better than the X50, better than the HDR. That's cool, and a lot of people like to use it and stuff like that, but I feel like those people have to be new gens, because back in the day, if you were using a semi-auto sniper to quickscope and stuff like that, that's just like, no, there's like no honor in that, there's no pride in that, and that's exactly how I feel with the Dragunov in MW19. It's fine, sure, you can get kills with it, it'll get one-shots, but like, I'm not using this. 87th place is the biggest instance of that, dude. In my Black Ops 6 ranking video, oh my god, the amount of new gens that did not understand why I hate this gun was insane. Because 87th place is going to the SVD from Call of Duty Black Ops 6. It's the Dragunov yet again in Black Ops 6. And it is, again, just like every other Dragunov, a semi-auto, low-recoil sniper. But it gets a lot of one-shots, and the amount of people out there that were saying, oh my god, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, it's actually like the best gun in the game, you could get, it's like the best sniper right now because you could just follow it up and you don't have to cock back. I don't give a tiny rat's butt cheeks, partner, okay? I'm not using it. I'm not using a Dragunov. There's no, where's the pride, man? Where's the testosterone in that? There's none there. There's none there. I don't care if it's the best sniper in the game, I'm not using it because this is an insult to sniping. Alright, coming in at 86th place, though. Sorry for insulting all the new gens out there. I love you guys, but dude, you gotta understand. People weren't using the intervention back in the day because it was the best gun in the game. They were using the intervention back in the day because it was cool. Okay, put some hair on your chest. Either way, 86th place is going to the WZ-35 from Call of Duty World War II. This gun is just too slow in every regard. It's slow to aim down sights. It's slow to move around with. It's huge. World War II, again, has a lot of sniper rifles in it, by the way. And this is definitely the second worst, in my opinion. Dude, when I got this gun, I was so excited. I was like, yay, new sniper. Let me go use it. And then I was so insulted. The worst part about the WZ-35 isn't the movement or anything like that. It's the cock back time, whatever, rechambering time. Dude, it takes 15 years to rechamber the WZ-35. It is horrible. Coming in at 85th place, however, by the way, that I think was the WZ-35. Was that the... It was. I believe that was the first... of all guns in this list, the first bolt-action sniper. Yeah, it's the worst bolt-action sniper in COD history, dude. It sucks that bad. Either way, 85th place is going to the VKS from Call of Duty Ghosts. Not the worst Ghost gun, because that goes to the Maverick A2, but pretty close second. Dude, there was people that were, like, getting nostalgia with the VKS when MW19 came out because of the Odin. You could craft the Odin to make it look like the VKS, and people were like, oh my god, yeah, that gun was so good. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. The VKS was not good in any regard. It was an integrated suppressor sniper, which is kind of cool, I guess, but it had the worst damage range of all time. Never did you get one shots, and it yet again was semi-auto. Not using this. 84th place. You know who you are. You know, you guys are the ones that we have to thank for the fact that we get semi-auto snipers still. The M21 from COD 4. Listen, I get it. I get why they add semi-auto snipers. You know, there are people out there that need them, and it would be boring if every sniper in every COD game was just bolt action and the exact same guns over and over again. But these people, the people that used the M21 in COD 4, you have a special place in hell reserved for you, man, because, yeah, it was good. I know it was, okay? Because it wasn't a sniper. It was a DMR. It was a marksman rifle, and it was broken, okay? It was really good, but it was so freaking boring. I'm not using this thing, man. I'm sorry. And it actually, realistically speaking, it really wasn't even that broken. It was just every time you got killed by it, you felt like you were getting personally insulted, so it felt a little bit more broken than it actually was. Coming in at 83rd place, yeah, I guarantee this is just the exact same asset again as the last one, so I'm putting it one spot higher. The M21 EBR from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. It felt a little bit less broken, which honestly I think is a little bit better because that way you don't have to see it as much. But it's the same thing. It's the same thing as the M21 from COD 4. This time it's just in Modern Warfare 2. It also looks a little bit cooler, though. I will give it credit where credit is due. It kind of looks a little bit nicer. But besides that, same gun. Alrighty, lads. 82nd place is going to one of the coolest in terms of like design sniper rifles that we've ever seen. Give credit, like people hate on advanced like the jetpack era CODs, but it made for Call of Duty to have like full creative freedom and make guns that we've never seen before in any other Call of Duty because it doesn't make sense in any other Call of Duty, and so I actually kind of like them. And 82nd place is one of those, the NA-45 from Advanced Warfare. For those who don't know, the NA-45 was a two-shot, you pretty much had to two-shot your enemy sniper rifle because the first shot was almost like a sticky grenade thing, and then the second shot would blow up that sticky grenade, and it was, if you landed it, it would one shot the enemy, but it was really hard to obviously land two shots back to back, and it ended up being a really bad gun, but really cool in terms of design, so I like it for that. Coming in at 81st place, barely missing out on the top 80, however, is going to be going to the Springfield from Call of Duty World at War. I was never, first of all, for those who don't know, I started my Call of Duty career in Black Ops 1, but when I got Black Ops 1, I fell in love with COD. I went back and bought most of the older Call of Duties when they were still either close to their prime, or in my opinion, still in their prime. I think Modern Warfare 2 was still in its prime even a year after. I mean, it's only a year. But either way, and in World at War, I never really got to play around with the snipers too much in their prime. I have gone back and played with them, obviously, since then, and the Springfield is definitely the weakest one in that game, but that's what everybody says online, so that's why I'm putting the Springfield here at number 81. I do not like it. It didn't feel fun to use compared to the other snipers, but again, I'm mainly going off the community-based opinions when it comes to the World at War ones, because I really don't have too much time played with World at War snipers. I apologize. However, breaking its way into the top 80, my good friends, is going to be going to the ZRG 20mm from Black Ops Cold War. We're into the little part of the list now where we're going to be talking about the bolt action snipers that are so horribly slow that the only way that you can use them like effectively is by hard scoping, and that just means that they're not that great. And the ZRG 20mm is one of those. This gun has 3 rounds, first of all, so you got to reload after 3 shots in the stock mag, and then on top of that, it has a horribly slow ADS time, and it's just not good. It has a really, obviously, since it is so slow and since it is so heavy and everything like that, it obviously has a really good one-shot kill potential, which I guess is good if you can't aim towards the top of the torso, but like, dude, at this point, how are you not aiming towards the top of the torso? And coming in as 79th place is, in my opinion, the exact same thing. I'm pretty sure they're literally the same. The CAT AMR from Modern Warfare 23. I was about to say this is the worst sniper in Modern Warfare 23, but it's actually not, because we already talked about the KV inhibitor. That thing is a freaking ugh. But Black Ops Cold War, that was the worst sniper for Black Ops Cold War, by the way. Either way, the CAT AMR is pretty much the exact same design as the ZRG. Slow to ADS, hits like a truck. Really slow. Another big thing I forgot to mention with the ZRG and CAT AMR is they're also really slow to rechamber. Oh my god, it takes 15 seconds. Dude, you gotta freaking, and then it's finally reloaded. It's the most freaking annoying thing in the world. The CAT AMR is definitely a little bit faster, and because of the advanced movement, it feels even faster than that, but it's still an insult. And coming in at 78th place, it's not the same gun as the other two, but it's obviously very similar in terms of speed. The Rytec AMR from Modern Warfare 2019. I will say, when this gun first got released, it came out with explosive rounds. Oh my googly moogly. The amount of times that I was playing Search and Destroy and got killed by an explosive round sniper because he couldn't hit his shots, and so he had to have explosive rounds to help him out, was a nightmare, dude. It was so freaking frustrating. They nerfed that, though. They're not that great anymore, and nowadays it's just a really, really slow ADS time sniper in MW19. That hits like a truck, sure, but that doesn't really make enough sense for Modern Warfare 2019 because all of them kind of do. The AX50, HDR, they don't get that many hit markers, so I don't understand why the Rytec AMR even needed to exist. They tried to bring back the Barrett 50 cal and horribly failed at that. 77th place, another one of the World War II snipers here, is going to be going to the Lee Enfield from Call of Duty World War II, the second sniper you unlock in this game, and again, I think by the time you unlock the third sniper, you'll probably be giving up on snipers in Call of Duty World War II, because this one was not that great either. Trust me, sniping in World War II is a ton of fun. It has no aim assist though, so keep that in mind, but it is a ton of fun. The snipers are really fun to use, and there's a ton of them, but don't give up, because the Lee Enfield is pretty bad too, just like the Carabin. The problem with the Lee Enfield, it is bolt action, but it just gets way too many hit markers. It's such a weak sniper, and it's not even like that fast compared to some of the other snipers. They're faster than them and hit harder than the Lee Enfield. There's just no real reason to use it. And coming in at 76th place is really only here because it's kind of unique and cool. Again, it's the same thing that we talked about earlier with Advanced Warfare, how like the jetpack era CODs allow them to have creative freedom. It made for some cool weapons. This is one of those. The EBR 800 from Infinite Warfare. It's a DMR semi-auto sniper, and that's obviously, as we all know, I don't like those. But this one has a cool little feature where you can change it to an assault rifle, and so 9 times out of 10, obviously, if people are using it, they're using the assault rifle variant, and most people will, and in that case it obviously becomes a pretty good gun. And just because it's cool and unique, I put it a little bit higher than I think it actually deserves. But actually, like, using the sniper rifle variant of the EBR 800, yeah, it's not fun. And coming in at 75th place, another semi-auto sniper rifle. Yeah, again, semi-auto, not a fan of them. It's going to the XPR-50 from Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 obviously had, again, some of the heaviest hitting snipers of all time, but it also had some of the weaker ones. SVUAS sucked, and the XPR-50, while it was fine for a semi-auto sniper, it still was like, why would you ever use this thing, man? It's like, I like its design. I'll give it credit where credit is due. The XPR-50 does look kind of cool, and it's like this game's equivalent of like a Barrett 50 cal. It actually has 50 in the name, probably because it is a 50 caliber round. But again, you're not using this over the ballista or the DSR, man. Well, would you look at that? Coming in at 74th place is the XPR-50 from Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3, as you guys know, is my favorite Call of Duty of all time. I freaking love it. I love its sniping. But it did have some weaker snipers, and it did have a lot of DLC snipers, and some of them, actually, as a matter of fact, all of them were not as good as some of the base game snipers, so kind of was a little bit of an insult there. And the XPR-50 from Black Ops 3 just feels very similar to the Black Ops 2 XPR-50. A little bit better since you can add a couple different attachments on it and stuff like that, and the advanced movement makes it a little bit better, but I don't know. It's still kind of an insult. And coming in at 73rd place is going to be going to another World at War sniper that I know is pretty bad for one reason and one reason only. The Arisaka from Call of Duty World at War. And the reason why it's down here in so low isn't actually because the gun itself is really, really bad. It's fine. It could get a one-shot kill. It's a bolt-action sniper in World at War. It's whatever. It's not that horrible or anything. But it's the only sniper in Call of Duty history where these sights just don't line up to where you're shooting. It's not horrible to the point where you're like, it's going to cause you to miss all your shots or whatever, but it will cause you to miss 1 in maybe, 50 or something, you know what I'm saying? And that, obviously, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it adds up. Some people use snipers to the point where they get 60,000 kills with them or something, and at that point, dude, you're missing a lot of shots if it's 1 every 50. And coming in at 72nd place, however, in the final one for the bad tier, before I get into the average tier, is going to the Carrick .300 from MW22. I believe this is the first MW22 sniper on this entire list, and it's all the way up almost in the average tier already. So that's a very good showing for MW22. They actually did have a very good amount of snipers in this game. And this is obviously the WA 2000 remastered, and so you're probably sitting there like, well, why isn't it near the other WA 2000s? This one's clearly better. Mainly because of the gunsmith. You can make this gun actually like a viable option, but also because it actually gets one shots very, very commonly, very accurately. It almost feels like you're shooting a Barrett 50 cal with the Carrick 300 rather than a WA 2000, and I do kind of like it in that regard, but it still is a semi-auto gun, still kind of an insult in that regard. Alrighty, lads, but now we are into the average tier. So the sniper rifles in this tier, they're fine, you know what I mean? Like you're not you'll see, like, if you see like somebody hit a clip with one, you're gonna be like, oh, that's pretty cool. I don't really get to see that gun be used too often, but you're also not gonna be like excited to go use it yourself. Coming in at 71st place, barely missing out on the top 70, is gonna be going to the Javelina AA50 from Call of Duty Black Ops 4. This game's, again, semi-auto 50 caliber style sniper rifle, and these are the only times like where I don't really mind the sniper rifles too much. Or the semi-auto sniper rifles too much. I still would rather have a bolt action, obviously, but it's still kind of cool. The Javelina is also one of those weapons where it's like, unfortunately, I feel like a lot of people don't even know it exists, and if you haven't used it, I mean, I don't think it's like worth going back and grinding for or whatever, but if you have it for some reason and you haven't used it, definitely go give it a shot. It's a fun little sniper. However, breaking its way into the top 70, my good friends, is another really unique sniper. Again, jetpack era CODs, gotta love them. The Atlas 20mm from Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. This gun was weird, man. It wasn't good, but it was weird. It was way too... The problem with this gun wasn't like damage or anything like that. It was just way too slow. This gun was huge, and so it was slow to aim down sights, slow to move around, yada yada yada. But it was a shoulder-mounted sniper, which was really cool. It kind of brought me back to like the Halo days in a way, for some reason. I don't know why, but it always just kind of reminded me of Halo a little bit. And it was cool in terms of design, is pretty much what I'm trying to say. Not the best sniper, but cool. It's the 69th spot. That's a sexual innuendo. Coming in at 69th place is going to the Lynx from Call of Duty Ghosts. Yeah, again, it's another one of those snipers where it's just really, really big, too slow, but it gets a lot of one shots and it kind of feels satisfying to use sometimes. Also, the Lynx kind of just has like a kind of cool noise. I like how the barrel like goes into the gun when you shoot it. I don't know why. I always kind of like that. It's kind of cool. There's been a lot of Lynx variants though, in the sense the original Lynx from COD Ghosts, and I think almost every one of them have been better, so that's why it's here. Like 68th place, but would you look at that? It's going to the Lynx from Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Yeah, I think they just kind of improved on the formula in the Call of Duty Ghosts variant. I don't believe they're the exact same assets, but maybe they are. Maybe they are. Maybe I'm mistaken here, but I don't believe they are. The Advanced Warfare one does feel a little bit faster, and I maybe that's just because of the advanced movement or whatever, but it does. I just feel like it feels a little bit faster to ADS, a little bit faster to move around with and whatever. It just feels slightly better, but it's pretty much the exact same thing as the Call of Duty Ghosts variant. Still a cool gun, but not great. We really are at the part of the list, by the way, if I haven't made it clear yet, where it's like, yeah, all the snipers from here on out are probably going to be relatively fun to use in some regard, just because they're snipers, and snipers are fun to use, you know what I mean? But coming in at 67th place is going to be going to the Signal 50 from Modern Warfare 22. Yeah, yet again, it's kind of like the Carrack, honestly. It reminds me of the Carrack a lot. It does get a lot more one-shots than the Carrack, though. The Carrack will get a couple more hit markers than the Signal 50, but the Signal 50 also feels a little bit slower. So again, it's kind of like a weird, different payoff there. But I do think the Signal 50 is overall the slightly better option than the Carrack and MW22. For those who don't know, it's pretty much just a Lynx yet again, but this gun makes such a cool noise, that cling, 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 cling noise that it makes whenever you shoot it back. Apparently, I was like, when I made the MW22 ranking video, I was like, are these guns bolt action or are they semi-auto? Apparently, they're bolt action, but they're so fast in their bolt action that they feel semi-auto, which is really cool to know. Apparently, it's a real gun, so that's cool. All the gun nuts that like comment on my videos, by the way, man, I love you guys. You guys like literally teach me so much about guns that I never knew anything about. It's awesome. Coming in at 66th place, however, first of all, it looks really wacky, and it's also not that great. It's the SDK 9mm from Call of Duty World War II. Yet again, World War II had a lot of snipers, like we said earlier, and a lot of them were really unique snipers that we've never seen before in COD history, and we haven't seen since in COD history, and this is one of those, the SDK 9mm. Don't know anything about this gun, don't know the first thing about this gun, but it looks weird. It doesn't look right. It looks like a fish. It looks like it's called a bass or something. I'm holding it in my hand. And apparently at launch, the SDK 9mm was broken. Nowadays, it's really not, though. It gets way too many hit markers for a sniper in World War II. I actually have this gun. I have most of the snipers in World War II at this point. This is one of them that I do have, and I just kind of was disappointed in it. And coming in at 65th place, I feel like a hunter-killer using this thing. The LAB 330 from Modern Warfare 22. This is like the most, like, hunter-style country boy sniper rifle I think I've ever used. Unfortunately, it's way too slow, though. It's bolt action, and it is kind of cool in that sense. Modern Warfare 22, though, had like a weird thing when it came to their guns. I actually think Modern Warfare 22 had the most amount of guns in COD history in it. If not, it was World War II, but I think it is the most in this game, because a lot of the guns were very similar to each other, but just kind of like slightly different variants of each other, and this is one of those. But unfortunately, this was like the slower, heavier hitting variant, and since the faster one already kind of hit like a truck anyways, this one just kind of became forgotten about. Coming in at 64th place, another DLC sniper rifle from Black Ops 3. Again, there was a couple of these in Black Ops 3. Obviously, there was a lot of DLC weapons in Black Ops 3, and some of them were stupidly broken, and it was literally pay to win. And it wasn't even pay to win, it was gamble to win. Luckily, though, most of the well, actually, again, all the DLC snipers were worse than the other two base game snipers, and this is one of them, DBSR 50 from Black Ops 3. Apparently it's supposed to be some sort of callback to the DSR 50 from Black Ops 2, but I don't know how, because it looks nothing like that gun. It doesn't remind me of that gun at all, and it's just so weak. It doesn't get enough one shots, which is weird because it's such a big gun. And coming in at 63rd, not from 63rd, is going to the AMR Mod 4 from Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Yeah, Black Ops 6 has a pretty fine roster of snipers as of right now. As a matter of fact, almost every one of them you'll probably have some fun with, and this is one of those. You'll have fun using the AMR Mod 4, but it's just, again, too heavy, especially in games like Black Ops 6, Modern Warfare 3, even Modern Warfare 22, and like Vanguard. The really, really heavy snipers are even harder to use in those games because everybody's moving around the map so freaking fast, and the AMR Mod 4 just feels that way. On top of all of that, this gun can still sometimes get hit markers, which is insane to me. I think Barrett 50 cals should not be able to do that, and they can sometimes. Like, dude, I don't know if it's just me or something, but like, imagine getting shot with a 50 caliber round, Call of Duty. I don't think anyone is surviving that. I mean, you let tomahawks one-shot kill in the toe, but a 50 caliber round shoots you in your freaking thigh and you're fine? Dude, I'm dying in real life. Like, that's not... Anyways, whatever. Coming in at 62nd place is going to the Delisle from World War II. Another World War II sniper that looks really weird, actually. I do have this one again, and yeah, it sucks. It got an integrated suppressor, which sounds cool, but that's the one thing snipers never really care about, is having suppressors on their guns. Like, it's the only class in the game besides, I guess, like shotguns, where they don't run suppressors on them. And I don't really know why the reason is as to that. I think it's just because it hurts ADS time, so they don't run them. But the Delisle you know what it probably is? The freaking damage, because that's the Delisle's problem. The Delisle gets way too many hit markers because the suppressor takes off all of its damage. Because suppressors in Call of Duty games always hurt the damage range of guns, and so they never add them to snipers. And when they do add them, they don't work. And this is the Delisle. It didn't really work. Coming in at 61st place, however, barely missing out on the top 60, is going to be going to the PSG-1 from Call of Duty Black Ops 1. Dude, I remember I used to use this thing all the time against bots on Nuketown. I felt like a demon. I was like, yeah, I can quickscope. I was not quickscoping at all. And it was literally against recruit bots. Either way, it's a semi-auto, pretty heavy hitting. It's like, this is like this game's equivalent of like a Barrett 50 cal, honestly, which is weird because they remastered this gun and they called it the LMS in MW22, and oh my god, it freaking sucks in MW22. You guys know how much I hate that gun in MW22, but in Black Ops 1 it was a pretty cool gun. I liked it. It was a fun gun to use. However, breaking its way into the top 60, my good friends, is going to be going to another really interesting gun because it's the jetpack era Call of Duties. That's why I'm kind of excited about Black Ops 7, honestly, because it seems like they're going for a slightly more futuristic vibe, which means that they should have creative freedom when it comes to making new guns. I feel like every COD we get the exact same guns. It's not even Call of Duty's fault. It's like they can't just pull guns out of their anus, you know what I mean? They got to use like somewhat realistic guns, and so it's just like, and now that they're going to the futuristic again, I'm excited. But either way, 60th place is the Widowmaker from Infinite Warfare. It's a 2-round burst, pretty much intervention. It looks exactly like the intervention from MW2, but with a 2-round burst style to it, which is weird. Doesn't really feel that cool to use. It does get quote-unquote one shots. It's technically a one burst, I guess you can say. I don't know. It's such a weird gun. I don't really know how to feel about the Widowmaker, man. It's interesting to say the least. Coming in at 59th place, however, the worst one, by the way, for Call of Duty Vanguard. Yeah, it's made it all the way up to 59th place because Vanguard pretty much had only relatively good snipers. The Type 99 from Call of Duty Vanguard. I believe this is supposed to be like a Lee Enfield style sniper rifle. The problem with, listen, I like World War II shooters, okay, just as much as the next guy, but the problem with the sniper rifles in World War II style games is they all kind of look the same. You know what I mean? They all kind of feel the same. The Type 99 in Vanguard did feel the worst just because it felt the most heavy to use. But yeah, it's not great. It's a bolt action gun, but there's some better ones in Vanguard for sure. 58th place, we are officially at the part of the list, by the way, now, guys, where most of these guns from here on out are going to be bolt action, okay? But they all are going to have, from here until, like, we get into the good or amazing tier, all of these guns have a pretty clear, obvious downside to them. In 58th place is the Victus XMR from Modern Warfare 22, and the clear downside to the Victus is it's too heavy. This gun will get a lot of one-shots, but it also will get hit markers, by the way, which in my opinion is a crime, considering how slow the gun is. Like, it shouldn't be allowed to get hit markers when it's this slow, but it is. It does get hit markers sometimes. It is stupidly slow though, and that's obviously a big problem in modern CODs. Coming in at 57th place, probably going to make some people mad here. I'm definitely going to make some people mad here. It's the L118A, the L11-8A from Modern Warfare 3. Dude, my thing is, why in God's name would you ever use this over the Barrett 50 cal or the MSR in this game? The Barrett 50 cal actually has a faster ADS time than this gun does. That's insane to me. This gun is really, really slow. Super cool. Everybody loves the L118As, the L96A1 style guns. Everybody loves them. Those are such cool looking snipers. They're awesome. But this one is just too weak, man. It's not good enough compared to the MSR and Barrett 50 cal, in my opinion. Coming in at 56th place, however, is going to the skinniest Call of Duty gun in COD history. I can't be the only one that ever thought this. It's the R700 from COD 4, and tell me I'm wrong. The R700 has, like, when you're holding it in your hands in COD 4 for some reason, it looks so skinny. It looks like really skinny and weird. Also, the R700 just kind of falls flat on its face when you compare it to the M40. The M40 is just overall better in every single regard than the R700. I don't really understand why anybody would use the R700 over the M40A3, but they're both fun guns to use. I just think that this one's, again, it's just so overshadowed by the M40 that it doesn't really stand a chance. Okay, coming in at 55th place, however, another really, again, see, unique guns. This is why I'm excited for Black Ops 7, man. They're going to add, I guarantee, they will add some actually, like, creative, original guns in Black Ops 7, and we'll finally have, like, new stuff to play around with. But either way, 55th place is going to the Proteus from Infinite Warfare. This gun was really weird. It was a sniper rifle and shotgun hybrid. At launch, it was absolutely broken because you could use the shotgun variant, and it had pretty much the range of the sniper variant. And so you could use a shotgun with the range of a sniper, and it was busted at launch. They nerfed it, and now it's just normal, but it's still a pretty good gun to use. It's still, the shotgun is still pretty deadly up close, and the sniper is still pretty deadly at range. Pretty cool. Coming in at 54th place, is a gun that I feel like people are looking at with rose-tinted glasses a little bit, because I've been playing Black Ops Cold War a lot recently, and this gun is not as good as people said it was. The Pellington 703 from Black Ops Cold War, it gets way too many hit markers, and I'm talking hit markers to the upper body, dude. Like, this thing at any sort of range just drops off immediately. Does it have a faster ADS time than the LW3 Tundra, whatever it's called? Yeah, it has a slower ADS time than the Swiss, though. But it has the worst range of any sniper. It makes no sense. It's literally like the opposite of what you would do with a sniper rifle. It's better at close range than it is long range, which, again, dude, Call of Duty, that doesn't make sense. Do you understand what sniper rifles are for? 53rd place, man. See, this is what I hope Black Ops 7 is like. Black Ops 4. Dude, if Black Ops 7 goes into like Black Ops 4 style guns again, I would be so happy. Because 53rd place is the Outlaw from Black Ops 4. This gun was weird. It was like a revolving mag style sniper. It's like literally like a revolver, but a sniper rifle version of that. And it was super fast to aim down sights. It had like 9 rounds in the mag or whatever. It was super fast handling weapon. The obvious downside to that, though, was unfortunately you really had to hit high on the body in order to get one shots with it. Most of the time it was going to be a hit marker. Especially in a 150 health game, that was obviously going to be a slight problem. The only kind of good part about that, though, is it did rechamber really quickly as well, though, so you could definitely follow it up with another shot as long as the other guy didn't react fast enough, and you might be able to get him. And coming in at 52nd place, another Vanguard one. Yeah, like I said, man, most of the Vanguard ones are pretty good, but these ones are just a little bit forgettable compared to the others. The Gorenko anti-tank rifle from Call of Duty Vanguard. It's the PTRS 41, obviously, in Vanguard. My problem with Vanguard sniping is one thing and one thing only. In order to make the snipers as good as you want to make them, obviously you want to put the fastest speed attachments on it, and if you want to do that, you have to completely ruin the purity of that gun. These are World War II guns, and you'll be running around with a sniper rifle without a stock and with a grip on the front of it. It looks stupid, and that's my biggest problem. The Gorenko anti-tank rifle, it's fine. It's just a little bit too slow for Vanguard standards. People are moving around the map too fast. Coming in at 51st place, barely missing out on the top 50, which, by the way, the Gorenko anti-tank rifle, I just realized, was exactly the halfway point for this video. Wow, we still have a lot of recording to go. Oh my god. Just realized that. But either way, yeah, 51st place, barely missing out on the top 50, is the LW3A1 Frostline from Call of Duty Black Ops 6. It just gets too many hit markers. It's too slow. There are two much better bolt-action snipers in this game at this point. It's faster than the LR, but the LR just hits like a truck, so I think it's definitely better. And breaking its way into the top 50 here of the 50 best snipers in COD history is the M36 from Call of Duty World War II. It's the last sniper they ever added into World War II. It's one of the ones I actually don't have yet, but it is actually a really decent one. The only slight downside is apparently it does tend to get a little bit too many hit markers, but overall the sniper itself is a fine sniper. It seems like it's a quicker one of the ones that you're definitely going to want to use closer range, quick scoping style than the other ones, and so that's cool. And coming in at 49th place, just a classic. It's a classic sniper, man. Can't be mad at it. It's going to the Trek 50 from Infinite Warfare. The Trek 50 from Infinite Warfare is just, yeah, it's just a regular old sniper. I don't think it has any sort of weird little quirks to it like every other sniper in Infinite Warfare does. And so that's cool. It's a DLC sniper, so a lot of people probably don't even know this thing exists. But if you do, you probably have a pretty good time using it and everything like that. It's not like crazy. You're not going to be like, you know, breaking the internet with the Trek 50 or whatever, but it's a fine sniper, man. We're at that part of the list where it's kind of like, what do I really say about these, you know? Coming in at 48th place, however, and the final one, finally, for the average tier, before we get into the good tier, is going to the Dragoon from Call of Duty Black Ops 3. This was the last sniper they ever added into Black Ops 3, and one of the last DLC weapons they ever added into Black Ops 3. It was added solely into its life cycle. I believe World War II was already out when they added this gun into its life cycle. So a lot of people might not even know it exists, but luckily, you know, you're not missing out on too much. This gun was kind of a hit marker machine, unfortunately. Really cool design and really fast handling and everything like that, but obviously the downside to that being the fact that it got hit markers. But now we are into the good tier. So the snipers in this tier were either like super freaking fun to use, but not necessarily the best in the game, or they were like a close second to the best in the game, if that makes any sense. And coming in at 47th place is a perfect example of that, because it's the L115 from Call of Duty Ghosts. Yeah, unfortunately the USR was just better in every single way, but this was still a super fun gun to use, still really good. If you were a slightly slower player but still kind of liked quick scoping, I think actually the L115 would have been the better option for you. The USR was definitely faster, but it did tend to get a little bit more hit markers than the L115 obviously did. Still a really cool gun though, love it. Every time that they include one of these L style guns in COD history, they're a W. Call me a comedian. That was a good one. Come on now, guys. Come on. And coming in at 46th place, yet again, World at War guns, man. They're just kind of like, they don't really set themselves apart from each other too well. It's the Mosin Nagant from World at War. It's good. I don't think it's obviously as it's kind of just another one of those guns where it's like, yeah, it's second to another gun in the game already, and that's kind of its only downside. Like, it's not a bad gun or anything like that, but why would you technically use this over the Kar 98K? You know what I mean? Coming in at 45th place, talk about a slept-on sniper, dude. The amount of fun I had using this sniper is insane. It's the P06 from Call of Duty Black Ops 3. For those who don't know, this is like a 3-round burst charge-up sniper rifle, but the bursts come out in like different bullet velocity. It's such a hard gun to explain, but it's so fun. It looks really weird. I will give it, I'll say that. I'll be the first one to say that. Actually, I really don't like the looks of the P06, but actually using this thing, it was like a really fun gun to use, man. I got gold on it really quickly and had a blast using it. I like it. It's obviously not as good as the Locust, the SVG, or even like some of the snipers, or the DLC snipers in this game, but I still think it's a cool gun that needs a little bit more credit. And coming in at 44th place is going to be going to the 3-line rifle from Call of Duty Vanguard. Yet again, the Vanguard curse happens to the 3-line rifle. The 3-line rifle apparently is supposed to be just like the Springfield or M1903 style guns, I believe, or something like along those lines. I don't know, but either way, it's supposed to be similar to some other. It's not its name, is what I'm trying to say. It's not its real name. It's like a different name for a real gun that exists. This gun is just a little bit too slow in Vanguard, just like the PTRS and the other one that we talked about already. What is it? Type 99. This one is just a little bit too slow compared to the other one. 43rd place is the exact same gun, because yeah, they're really reminiscent of each other in my opinion. The 3-line rifle from Call of Duty World War II. It's just too slow compared to the other World War II snipers. It's still fine, yet again, but it's just a little bit too slow. World War II had some obviously really good snipers in the game, because they had so many snipers in the game that obviously 1 or 2 of them are going to be broken, and so unfortunately the ones that weren't completely broken just kind of don't really hold a candle. Still a fun sniper to use and everything like that, but it's not like, it's not incredible. Is it called the Arisaka? Is that what these things are based off of? The Arisaka? That might be what it is. I'm starting to think that I think that's what they're based off of, the Arisaka. Coming in at 42nd place is the starting sniper in MW22. This is like the the safe haven, it's fine. The average sniper in MW22, the MCPR 300. Yeah, like, you're not gonna write home about it, but you ain't gonna go to Call of Duty headquarters, start banging on their windows, and be like, this gun sucks. It's fine. It's a fine starting sniper. You'll probably want to replace it relatively quickly, but it's cool. It's not as satisfying as some of the other snipers in MW22 as well, and it doesn't have a good enough ADS time as a lot of the other ones, especially since this game had the SAP 50. That thing is so stupid. Because it had that though, unfortunately these guns definitely didn't really hold too much of a candle, but this is still a cool gun, still like it, still fun. Coming in at 41st place, talk about a freaking underrated, slept-on sniper, dude. This gun was so much fun to use. The AS-50 from Modern Warfare 3. It was another 50 caliber sniper, so it got a lot of one-shots. Yes, it was semi-auto, and I know I said earlier I don't like semi-auto guns, but when they're like these, where it's like, yeah, they're semi-auto, but are they really? Are they really semi-auto? You're not going to use them as like a semi-auto. You're going to use them like a bolt action because of their recoil. Then they're fine with me. And the AS-50 is one of those. Dude, it was so much freaking fun. This gun was so much fun to use. It was literally just 10 times worse than the Barrett 50 cal in every single way. Don't get me wrong, but it was a really fun gun, and I like it. I wish it kind of reminds me of the Javelina AA-50 as well, which is kind of cool. Just a better version of that. However, breaking its way into the wonderful top 40 now should be the best gun in Black Ops Cold War stats-wise, but it just doesn't feel that way. The Swiss K31 from Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Yeah, like I said, man, stats-wise, this gun is great. It has a faster ADS time, better damage, and everything about it is pretty much just better than the Pellington and the LW3 on paper, but for some reason in-game, it just doesn't feel that way. It feels a little bit harder to use for some reason than the LW3 and the Pellington, but it is obviously, like I said, better stats-wise, so it's kind of a weird one. I really didn't know where to put the Swiss. I think it's okay right here at 40th, but I don't know. It could definitely be brought up a couple spots or brought down a couple spots for sure. And coming in at 39th place is one of the snipers, one of the only, I only don't have, I think it's 3. I only don't have 3 snipers in all of Call of Duty World War II, and this is one of them. The Type 38. Yeah, I haven't gotten this one yet, but apparently it's pretty good. Apparently it's, dude, with the COD World War II snipers, I don't really know what to say anymore. Like, dude, we've talked about every Call of Duty World War II sniper is very, very similar. They're bolt action, they're fine. This one's a little bit slower than you would want it to be, which is the reason why I didn't put it any higher, but apparently it's a fine sniper. You're not going to be mad, you're not going to be upset, you're not going to be happy, though, when you get it. It's just fine. Coming in at 38th place, however, is going to be going to the S-TAC Aggressor from Call of Duty 4 Remastered. A lot of people probably don't even know this gun exists because it is a DLC weapon that they added into COD 4 Remastered into its life cycle, but it's literally the Intervention Remastered, and it was so cool. Like, people, I know, again, I said it before with the D25S, that I know that people in COD 4 wanted COD 4 Remastered to be just COD 4 Remastered and nothing else, but I do think them adding guns like this was only made the game more fun for the future. Like, now, going back and playing COD 4 Remastered feels like a different game from just COD 4, but it still has the fundamentals and the base of COD 4, and guns like the S-TAC Aggressor make grinding that game out worth it nowadays, and it's a cool gun, and you'll probably have a lot of fun using it. Coming in at 37th place, however, again, guys, sorry that I don't really have too much to say about most of the guns up here. There's always that kind of like middle part of the video where it gets kind of boring, because it's like the beginning, when you're talking about the worst guns, it's fun to talk about them because they're horrible, and so I'm just mad the entire time. But then the ending is also fun because they're the best guns, obviously. But the middle part there, all these guns are fine, you know what I mean? I don't really have anything to say about them that really sets them apart from anybody else. 37th place is the RSA Interdiction from Call of Duty Black Ops 3, another DLC sniper that was added into the game, and a lot of people probably didn't have a time to play with it, myself included. I never really had any time to play with the RSA Interdiction, but obviously I watched my fair share of YouTube videos, and it's just a little bit too weak. It's got a revolving mag, which is pretty cool, kind of like the Outlog. It's like a weird one too, though, because it's revolving mag, but it's also like bullpup revolving, which is kind of weird. But it's just a little bit too weak again, like I said. And coming in at 36th place, 36th position is going to be going to the Locust from Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Yeah, talk about a downgrade. It's just a massive downgrade from the Black Ops 3 Locust, man. I don't even know really why. It just doesn't feel as good as the Black Ops 3 one. It doesn't feel like it gets as many one-shots, and Black Ops 3's Locust is just such a classic, iconic gun. I'm happy they brought it back, don't get me wrong. As a matter of fact, when I created my Black Ops 4 account for the Road to Master Prestige series, it gives you like a free token to use on a free DLC weapon, and the Locust is the one I chose. Like, I definitely wanted to use it. It's a cool gun, but it's nowhere near as good as the Black Ops 3 original. And coming in at 35th place, however, is going to be going to the HDR from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. It was just outclassed, overshadowed. What do they call overshadowed? Yeah, overshadowed and outclassed by the AX50. This thing was just too slow. It was fine. It hit like a truck. It was actually probably one of, like, if you couldn't hit upper body shots frequently, then I would recommend using the HDR over the AX50. But if you could, the AX50 was definitely the better option. Which is just, yeah, it's just kind of like, this is like the DSR50 to the Ballista. 34th place. Dude, another underrated gun, because Modern Warfare 2022 is an underrated game. The FJX Imperium. The FJX Imperium is a Modern Warfare 22 post-launch weapon, but it's the intervention remastered. Pretty much, that's pretty much what it is, and it is so cool. It actually, in my opinion, really captures the feel of the original intervention so much better than I thought it was going to. Like, this gun feels like you're actually using the intervention again, and it feels fun. Obviously not as much like the intervention, it's not literally the intervention, but it still feels that cool, and it's a really good MW22 sniper. Now, unfortunately, it's obviously a little bit too clunky, a little bit too heavy when you compare them to the other MW22 sniper, and on top of that, the MW22 marksman rifles, but it is still a cool weapon. And coming in at 33rd place in the final one for the good tier, before we get into the amazing tier, is the Moors from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 23. Yeah, they finally brought it back in MW23. And this is what I mean, man. Everybody was super happy. Everybody was super excited. Why? Because it's new. It's different. It's a different weapon. So yes, the futuristic Call of Duties make for some pretty cool weapons. Sorry for the hot take, but yeah, I want some more futuristic CODs. Sorry. Either way, yeah, the Moors in MW23 is actually a really freaking good weapon, especially if you build it up to be like a fast ADS time sniper. It feels very freaking satisfying. Realistically speaking, it's probably a better sniper than the original Moors, but that's just a crime against humanity, so I'm not going to put it higher than it, but it probably is. But now we are into the amazing tier. So the sniper rifles in this tier are just peak. If they're not the best in their games, they're second best in their games, and you'll probably use them just as much as you use the best, because it's fun to change it up sometimes. Coming in at 32nd place is going to the Kar 98K from Call of Duty World War II. One of the best snipers in World War II easily, and it's a base game sniper. You don't gotta grind like crazy for it. As a matter of fact, I think all you have to do is level up the Mountain Division and Prestige it once, and then you get the Kar 98K. And once you do, it's easily the best base game sniper in this game. Has a really fast ADS time, really fast movement speed, and a really good one-shot hit kill potential compared to the other snipers. It's freaking busted. It's a really good sniper. I like it a lot. And coming in at 31st place, barely missing out on the top 30, is going to be going to the Kar 98K from Call of Duty Vanguard. And it's also, by the way, the first game to drop off. Yeah, Vanguard is the first game to go say bye-bye. Because, yeah, the snipers in Vanguard, man, like I said, I understand that they're theoretically speaking a little bit better. That's why I put it one spot higher than the World War II version. Because the World War II version, no aim assist, you know, it doesn't have that many ADS attachments besides quick draw. And so, yeah, I think that Kar 98K is definitely the better option in Vanguard. But dude, it's just like, oh, it's kind of an insult the way you have to build your Kar 98K in Vanguard. It's just like, I don't know, I don't like it. And then Vanguard sniping doesn't feel that satisfying either. I don't know, man. I'm a hating now. I'm a hating boy, but it is the best sniper in Vanguard. However, breaking its way into the top 30, I'm not putting Vanguard's Kar 98K over the OG. Ain't no way, man. It's the Kar 98K from Call of Duty World at War. Yeah, it's the best Kar 98K we've ever gotten, man, for sure. This thing is just, well, not the best. Okay, I was about to say it's the best Kar 98. It's definitely not the best one we've ever gotten, but the best of the sniper rifle versions. The marksman rifle, MW19 and MW23 Kar 98Ks, Kar 98Ks are definitely better, but this one for snipers is so fun. Dude, it was so satisfying. Oh my god, dude. Using the Kar 98K in World at War is just a different level of fun. Is it as good as the other one? No, I don't want to spoil it, but no, it's not as good as the other one, but it's a freaking close second. Coming in at 29th place in the second game to drop off, I'm definitely going to ruffle some feathers with this one because people love this game sniping for some reason. The USR from Call of Duty Ghosts. Yeah, Ghosts is, in my opinion, the second game to drop off here. The USR is easily the best sniper in that game, but I do think COD Ghosts still does have a little bit more of the poorer sniping systems to it, and so the USR, even though it's still a really good gun in that game, it still feels even a little weak in its own game. It didn't, and on top of all that, man, I'm just gonna be honest, sniping in COD Ghosts never really felt that satisfying. It doesn't give you like that same satisfaction as a lot of other COD sniping does. This one just kind of meh. Coming in at 28th place, though, my good friends, is going to be going to the LR 7.62 from Call of Duty Black Ops 6. This is this game's big, heavy, bolt-action sniper that hits like a truck. Usually these ones are actually a little bit worse than the faster ADS ones that don't hit as hard, but unfortunately, for some reason in Black Ops 6, they made the LW3A1 just really freaking weak, and so yeah, the LR762 just feels a little bit better. It also just feels so satisfying to use the LR, honestly, in this game, which is surprising, because Black Ops 6 doesn't really feel satisfying in any regard, except for apparently using the LR. It was a fun gun to use, I like it. If you haven't used it because you don't like Black Ops 6 or whatever, go give it a try. 27th place, we are here. just a fair warning, but yeah, the majority of the next entries are all the Barrett 50 cals, because coming into 27th is the M82 from Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. It's the Barrett 50 cal, obviously, from Black Ops Cold War. I do think this is definitely the worst variant of the Barrett we've ever gotten, though, because of two reasons. One, it doesn't feel as satisfying as other Barretts. It just doesn't. It does not feel nowhere near as satisfying as the other Barretts that we've gotten in COD history. Two, it actually can get a pretty decent amount of hit markers for a freaking 50 caliber sniper, which is insane to me. Now, it's not as bad as like the Rytech AMR, because it's definitely faster than that, but it feels bad. It's kind of weird how like Black Ops Cold War plays completely different from other COD sniping. The Swiss K31 and the Pellington are like the two fast ADS snipers, but people always use the M82 and the LW3, which are slower, but they hit harder because they need that reliability. And coming in at 26th place, yeah, it's obvious here, it's the Barrett 50 cal from Modern Warfare 3. It's good. I don't think it's as obviously as good as the MSR, but it's a good sniper. It's really fun to use, and like, again, this is the thing I was trying to talk about earlier with the idea where I don't really care for semi-auto snipers, but Barrett 50 cals hit completely different, man. These are complete, like, yeah, they're semi-auto, but they don't feel semi-auto. You're not using them the same way that you're using semi-auto snipers in other COD games, and they get one-shot hit kills all the time. They look cool. Everything about them is just freaking awesome, man. The Barrett 50 cal and MW3 is awesome, and then on top of all that, it's like you could fire it as fast as your trigger finger can go, which is so cool. Creates for some of like the funniest clips of people just being like with a freaking 50 cal sniper. It's a horrible idea. You will never get kills doing that, but it's cool to see. And coming in at 25th place, would you look at that? It's the Barrett 50 cal from Modern Warfare 2. Yeah, man, it's probably the exact same thing as the MW3 variant. I think it's kind of cooler in MW2 than it is in MW3. In MW2, it also just kind of felt more satisfying for some reason. It felt more like clunky and big, which made it feel more like a Barrett 50 cal than the MW3 variant does. And so that's why I think I'm putting this one much more higher. But realistically speaking, they're probably the exact same sniper. And 24th place, it's, yeah, again, it's probably the same thing. The Barrett 50 cal from Call of Duty 4. Like I said, guys, I don't know what else you want me to say here. They're probably the same snipers with just like slightly tweaked differences in them. The 50 cal in COD 4 was the OG, so I'm going to put it the highest. And on top of that, man, there's just nothing like sniping with a Barrett in COD 4. That thing was so cool back in the day, man. That was just, oh, God, that was awesome, man. Seeing Barrett 50 cal clips from COD 4, even today, makes me just like get a little bit, it makes me pop a little stiffy. Coming in at 23rd place, though, another underrated sniper. Dude, there are a lot of underrated snipers in COD history because people always just like remember either the best sniper in the game or they don't even remember that game for sniping in the first place. And this is one of those, the TF-141 from Infinite Warfare. Nobody ever remembers Infinite Warfare because nobody ever really played Infinite Warfare, but the TF-141 was a Intervention Remastered. It was unfortunately a classic sniper, so what that meant is you had to prestige and use a prestige token to unlock it. But once you did, it was definitely worth it. It was cool, it was fun to use, it was a bolt action sniper. Infinite Warfare had a pretty good sniper lineup, and this is definitely one of them, man. It was literally just a complete remaster of the Intervention. Like, how could you not like that? And coming in at 22nd place, a lot of people in my Black Ops 4 video were like, that gun is actually one of the worst snipers in Black Ops 4. It sucks. Yeah, I don't agree. I'm just gonna be honest. It's the Koshka from Black Ops 4. The Koshka has one of the fastest ADS times in Black Ops 4, but again, just like the Outlaw, does tend to get a little bit hit markers here and there. Not as many as the Outlaw, but a couple. Dude, I think this gun is really good. I don't see I think it's a good, perfect mixture of, like, the Outlaw and the Paladin. It does get too many hit markers, which is why it's not higher than the Paladin, obviously, but it is still a really good gun. I don't understand where all the hate came from for the Koshka. I think it's a really, really good sniper in Black Ops 4. However, coming in at 21st place, barely missing out on the top 20, and the third game to drop off here is going to the KBS Longbow from Infinite Warfare. Infinite Warfare being the third game to drop off, obviously. And yeah, KBS Longbow is really good in Infinite Warfare. It's your starting sniper too, which is a good thing. It's the best one in the game. You don't have to, like, I know the DLC weapons in Infinite Warfare kind of work weirdly though, because like I have them all. I got them all for free. I think it's because I bought the season pass for that game. I bought the season pass so I could get all the zombies maps, obviously. And so I already have all the DLC snipers, but I know that most people don't. You have to pack them in supply drops, so I don't really know how that works. But luckily, either way, it doesn't matter for snipers because the KBS Longbow is a base game gun and it is the best. It just has the fastest ADS time, a good one-hit kill potential. It has a good rechambering speed. Everything about it is just really good overall. Still kind of not as satisfying as sniping in other CODs, so let's put that out there very abundantly clear. However, breaking its way into the top 20 now, my good friends, is going to be going to the M1903 from Call of Duty World War II. Also, guys, in a little bit, I might have to start recording on my phone because my GoPro is only on 9% battery, so it might die here pretty soon. But also, I lied. I said the Kar 98K is the best base game sniper in World War II. I remember while I was saying that, I literally was thinking to myself, I don't think this is true. Why are you saying this? I'm pretty sure this is false. And I was right, because the M1903 is the best base game sniper in this game. It's a Springfield. For those who don't know, it's a Springfield remastered, and it is just a really good. It's just so reliable. That's the M1903's thing in World War II. It's just a very reliable sniper. It doesn't have as fast an ADS time as the Kar 98K does, but again, the Kar 98K gets slightly too many hit markers. The M1903 is just such a reliable, good sniper in this game. However, coming in at 19th place in the 4th game to drop off here is going to be going to the HDR from Black Ops 6. Black Ops 6 obviously being the 4th game to drop off. Yeah, the HDR is the newest sniper, I want to say. Is it? Yeah, it still is. In COD history, and it is right now the best in Black Ops 6 for sure. It is really fast, which is weird because the HDR from MW19 was not very fast, but this one is. It's a very fast gun. It's not as fast as the LW3, but it's not as slow as the LR. But it gets almost just as many hit one shots as the LR, so it's kind of just a good combination of the two. It's got the speed of the LW3 but the damage of the LR, and it just becomes the best in the game. It's also cool that it is the best because it's a cool sniper. I like the HDR, I always have. And coming in at 18th place in the final one for the amazing tier and the 5th game to drop off here is going to be going to the Moors from Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Yeah, we haven't talked about an Advanced Warfare sniper since the Lynx, by the way. It has been a while since we talked about one, because that's how big of a difference the Moors is compared to all the other snipers in Advanced Warfare. There was none that were even really close to it. The Moors in Advanced Warfare was just the best sniper, period. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It was super fun to use, super unique, super cool. It was awesome. Everything about the Moors was great. Everybody loved the Moors. It's just peak. It's freaking peak is what I'm trying to say. And the Moors from MW23, I like it, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't hold a candle to the OG, man. This thing is just a beast. But now we are into the best tier. So the 17 snipers, that's right, the 17 snipers in my opinion that are in the best tier are all so freaking good. I have such good memories on every one of these snipers. All of them are so cool. I love them all. Coming in at 17th place is the PTRS 41 from Call of Duty World War II. It is so much fun. It is so satisfying. They nailed the feeling of the PTRS 41 from World at War, but in a modern Call of Duty. Like they really did. They did really freaking good with the design of it. Now I don't think it's as good as the OG PTRS, but it is up there for sure. Would you look at that? Coming in at 16th place, and the 6th game here to drop off now is going to be going to the PTRS 41 from Call of Duty World at War. The best sniper in all of World at War, in my opinion, is easily the PTRS 41, because of the only factor being you can follow it up with pop shots very, very quickly afterwards. That's it. That's all it needed. Every other sniper is actually they're slightly faster because this is obviously such a heavy hitting sniper. This game's like big semi-auto sniper. But because this gun can just follow it up with shots back to back to back, it is clearly the best in this game. It is clearly, like, the other one's just the cockback time makes it a little bit too slow. And I know what you're thinking, well, you don't like semi-auto guns. Yeah, I don't, but this is not that, dude. Again, I've mentioned it time and time again, the big heavy semi-autos don't feel like semi-autos, so they're fine. And 15th place, here it is, man. It's such a, oh my god, it's so good. 15th place is going to the DSR-50 from Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Now, when this game first launched, the DSR-50 was obviously a freaking force to be reckoned with. It was clearly better than the Ballista, but they nerfed it, unfortunately, and now the Ballista is just clearly the better option. The DSR-50 being the one that obviously gets more one-shots. It doesn't get as many hit markers because it is slower and a heavier sniper to use. But unfortunately for the DSR-50, the Ballista already didn't really get that many hit markers, so it's just the better. But dude, the DSR-50 is so freaking cool. But like, oh my god, they've never even brought back like a true, like, DSR-50 immediately brought like the exact same thing, you know what I mean? They tried, they made like slight changes, but they never brought back like the exact gun, and that's a crime. They need to bring this thing back. And coming in at 14th place in the 7th game to drop off here is going to be going to the Paladin HB50 from Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Yeah, Black Ops 4 had, like I said, a pretty good roster of snipers, but I really don't think anybody did it as good as the Paladin does. The Paladin was just, oh, it was iconic. Now, unfortunately, okay, so here's the thing. Here, if you are a very accurate sniper, you're really good at sniping and everything like that, then I do think things like the Outlaw and the Koshka would be the better option for you because you can hit upper body more often. But for people like me, dude, I liked the Paladin best because I couldn't aim that well. And so I was popping shots on these fools with the Paladin HB50 and actually getting one-shots. And it felt satisfying to use. I loved it. It was a cool gun. I will say I don't really care for the design of the Paladin too much, though. I don't think it looks that awesome. Coming in at 13th place, though, does have a cool design. It's also, by the way, the 8th game to drop off here. The M40A3 from Call of Duty 4. It's obviously the best sniper in COD 4. There's just the M40A3 with the ACOG sight on it, dude. There's nothing better. That is peak sniping right there. Not actually, obviously, because it's here at 13th place, but it was freaking awesome, man. Now, unfortunately, I never really got to play COD 4, the OG COD 4, back when it was in its prime, but I did play COD 4 Remastered when it was in its prime, and it was just so good in that game, man. I cannot, oh my god, the amount of fun times that I had with the M40A3. It's the first game, not really, I guess it was kind of like Black Ops 3, but it was right around when I first started taking sniping seriously, I guess you can say, in COD games, and it was so much fun. Coming in at 12th place, however, is going to be going to the longbow from MW23. Now, technically speaking, I know that this gun is probably the best in this game, realistically speaking, because it just has such an insanely fast ADS time. It's unbelievable. Probably one of the fastest ADS times of any gun in the game, and it's a sniper. And then it can obviously one shot if you hit your shots above the body. It does obviously get a lot of hit markers lower because it is so fast. It's a lighter weight gun. But even if it didn't do that, I would still probably not put it as high as the other sniper in this game, because of one thing and one thing only, dude. It is probably one of the ugliest looking snipers of all time. It doesn't look like a sniper to me at all. It looks like an AK-47, and I don't like that. I think that's I feel like the sniper has to look cool, or else I don't feel satisfied using it. Now, it is still a great gun, so that's why it's here at 12th place, but it's just such an ugly gun. And coming in at 11th place, barely missing out on the wonderful top 10 and the 9th game to drop off here, is going to be going to the LW3 Tundra from Black Ops Cold War. Black Ops Cold War obviously being the 9th game to drop off. The LW3 Tundra was freaking great, don't get me wrong, especially in Black Ops Cold War. Dude, it was such a weirdly satisfying gun to use. I don't know why, but Black Ops Cold War had some oddly satisfying sniping. But it definitely, let's be honest here. If we're comparing the LW3 Tundra to other snipers in COD history, this is not going to hold a candle to it. It's too slow. Even though it's the best gun in this game, it's still too slow. However, breaking its way into the wonderful top 10. Also, obviously, you guys can probably hear a difference here. Yeah, my GoPro died, so I'm unfortunately filming the rest of this on my phone. Shouldn't be too bad, but sorry. Either way, coming in at the number 10 spot, my bad, is the lever action. The 10th game to drop off here, World War II. The best sniper in all of World War II, I do believe, is the lever action. Dude, this thing is just handy. It's just dandy. I actually think this is number 10, okay? I thought it was about to be the number 11th game to drop off, but I can't tell. Either way, the lever action in World War II, if you have never used it, wow, it is good. It is so good. It is so fast and so, reliable. It is insane. The rechambering speed is so quick, too. Oh, it's awesome. It also kind of looks cool. You feel like John Marston. Coming in at number 9, however, and I believe it's the 11th. Let me just check really quickly before I start saying things that don't mean any sense. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, okay, it's the 11th game to drop off here. The L96A1 from Black Ops 1. Oh my god, this is the first sniper I truly ever even tried in Call of Duty games. Well, realistically speaking, it was probably the Dragunov, because you start with the Dragunov in Black Ops 1. But this is the first one that I actually understood why people like it. God, the feeling of an L96A1 shot hitting and then that rechamber, oh my god, that is impossible to recreate. That is impossible to recreate. That is perfect. If somebody asked me if I'd rather have Sydney Sweeney and Judge Judy just sitting down next to me at all times, or just a constant loop of an L96A1 clip being played in my mind, I would pick the L96A1 clip being played in my mind all day. It is that satisfying of a gun to use. But unfortunately, I don't want to put it first place because it is a little bit slow. Yes, it's a Black Ops 1, so it was fine in Black Ops 1, but if you put it in modern CODs, obviously it wouldn't hold up. And the idea of sniping in Black Ops 1 being so hard in the first place means that it is kind of a harder weapon to use, but it is super cool. And coming in at the wonderful number 8 spot is the only gun in the top 10 that isn't the best in its game, because I really think this game had some freaking awesome snipers. The SVG 100 from Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Yeah, is it as good as the other one? I won't spoil it. No, this one is a little bit too slow, but oh my god, is it cool. It's so cool. Dude, the SVG 100 has one of the coolest designs, one of the coolest, rechambers of all time, too. The way the gun, mutates and, goes, that's so awesome. And then the freaking feeling of hitting a thermal SVG 100 shot is unlike anything else in this world. Literally unlike anything else. It's not as good as the other one, and the other one's super satisfying as well, but this is freaking a cool gun. Coming in at the wonderful number 7 spot, however, and the 12th game to drop off here. See, this is what I mean, man. I'm fair to all games, because I'm a, OG COD glazer, but I also love new CODs, man. I don't like SBMM. I don't like skill-based damage, which I know people think it's a conspiracy theory. I'm pretty sure that freaking exists. So, man, I've been playing COD since Black Ops 1, and the amount of times I like go to run away from an enemy in Black Ops 6 because I feel like they should be dead and they're not is insane. It's clearly something's going on there. But I like the modern CODs too, and the modern CODs have some freaking awesome snipers. Coming in at 7th place is the SPX-80 from Modern Warfare 22. This thing is not a sniper, man. It should be a marksman rifle, but I'm not complaining because I love it. It is so fun. It is so satisfying to use. It runs Modern Warfare 22 as well. Okay, the SAB-50 runs Modern Warfare 22, let's be honest, but for actual snipers, this one's clearly the best. And coming in at 6th place, and the 13th game to drop off here. See, I said, I think it's better than the SPG 100, but not by much. It's the Locust from Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Yeah, the Locust, dude, it is so good. The SPG 100 and Locust, so they're literally 2 spots apart from each other, 8th place and 6th place. I literally think they could be, it really depends on the day, man. They're both such good guns. And hey, I'm not complaining at all. That's awesome. Having 2 incredibly fun snipers to use in the same game is so cool. Black Ops 3 freaking nailed it. Unfortunately, Black Ops 3 sniping was a little bit not the most great because of the fact that there's no aim assist. It was really hard, but oh my god, the Locust and SVG 100 made up for it, man. Imagine if this game did have aim assist though, and like everybody could just kind of become a demon. That would have been so much fun. Coming in at 5th place, however, you see what I mean, guys? I'm a fan of them all. I like all the CODs. All of them are fun. I'm a Call of Duty fun. 5th place though, in the 14th game to drop off, is going to the XRK Stalker from Modern Warfare 23. I think this is not only the best sniper in the game, but it's also the most satisfying sniper in the game. The Morris is a close, pretty satisfying sniper as well to use. The longbow is really good, but it's not satisfying because it just feels cheap and easy. But the XRK Stalker is a good combination of it, dude. It feels like an actual genuine sniper. Kind of actually reminds you kind of the Ballista. It almost has like a Ballista body style to it. And it's really fast, really quick to ADS and everything like that, but not so fast to the point where it doesn't feel like you're skilled anymore. You know what I mean? Like the longbow, that's the problem with the longbow. The longbow is so good, don't get me wrong. It's probably, realistically speaking, the better sniper than the XRK Stalker, but it's not as satisfying because it doesn't feel like you're like a good sniper using it. With the XRK Stalker, it does, and it's a really, really fun weapon in this game. Definitely the best. Here it is, man. It's not first. I know everybody was thinking it was going to be first. I love the gun too, don't get me wrong, but I couldn't put it first. 4th place is going to be going to The Intervention, the 15th game to drop off here. The Intervention from Modern Warfare 2, barely missing out on a podium finish. It is so good though, man. I can't stress it enough. I can't stress it enough how good all the snipers in, honestly, the amazing tier and the best tier are. Like, snipers are just so much fun in COD history, man. There's such a fun way of playing the game. Easily my favorite way of playing Call of Duty games. And so literally any gun from the amazing tier and the best tier, I would give a shot if you haven't already. But either way, yeah, the Intervention is freaking awesome, man. This is literally probably where it all started. Like, I know technically speaking, COD 4 is where quickscoping truly all started. Realistically speaking, it probably even started before that. People were probably quickscoping in COD 1, let's be honest. But this is where they put it on the freaking map. The Intervention is what made quickscoping, trick shotting, all that stuff a household name, and you gotta love it for that. Do I think it's the best sniper in COD history though? No, but you gotta give credit where credit is. Yep, this is probably sacrilege. Like, I'm probably committing a crime. They will probably have me in court for doing this, but yes, I'm doing it. 3rd place in the 16th? Yeah, 16th game to drop off now is the AX-50 from Modern Warfare 2019. Yeah, I put it one spot higher than the Intervention. What are you gonna do about it? I put it one spot. I think the AX-50 is a better sniper than the Intervention. What are you gonna do about it? I think it is so unbelievably satisfying that I don't think there's very, 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 very small amounts of guns in Call of Duty history that are more satisfying to use than an AX-50. The feeling of freaking hitting your shot with snipers in Modern Warfare 2019, they nailed it. Because see, this is the problem with modern CODs, I think. A lot of the modern snipers, they don't feel heavy. They don't feel like they have any weight. You're just running around the map. Modern Warfare 2019, this feels like a heavy sniper. You're feeling, you got a sniper rifle in your hands. And when you hit that shot, you can tell you hit that shot. And the recoil of the gun and everything, the sound that it makes, everything about it is so awesome. The AX-50 is freaking cool. If you disagree, you're just a modern COD hater for no reason. Coming in at 2nd place though, I can't lie, the OGs did it best, because 2nd place in the 17th game to drop off here, obviously the 2nd best game in terms of their snipers at least, is easily the MSR from Modern Warfare 3. Yeah, I know everybody else loves the intervention. I know it. I know they do. But I got Black Ops 1 as my first COD. And I went back and played Modern Warfare 2 the minute I got Black Ops 1, but it wasn't in its true, like, prime. I wasn't watching, like, YouTube videos online every day of people playing Modern Warfare 2. You know, I was mainly watching Black Ops 1. And then Modern Warfare 3 was the game that came out very shortly after. And that's when I was, like, really getting into sniping and, like, learning about, like, Phase Jab and stuff like that. And the amount of freaking MSR clips that I would see and how cool that gun was insane to me. It also kind of has, like, I know this is weird to say, but I'm just gonna say it anyways. Back when I was a kid, I didn't play video games a lot, obviously. I would play like 1 hour every other day, and I was like, wow, I played a lot of games today. And so I never really got to the high levels, and the MSR was a high level. I think it was like level 65 that you unlocked it at in Modern Warfare 3, and so it always also felt like that gun that like only the elites could use, and so I always had that like that feeling in my mind that this gun was just so awesome, and it really is an awesome gun, so freaking good. It was just so cool, man. I love it. I love the MSR so much. I think it's the second best sniper in COD history. But we all know what the best sniper in COD history is, man. It's just, I mean, even the new gens, they got to agree. The OGs got to agree. The new gens got to agree. Because if you don't agree, you're probably just wrong. It's the Ballista from Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 obviously being the 18th game to drop off here, obviously, because it's first place. But yeah, the Ballista, man, there's nothing like it. It really isn't. The way the Ballista handles, the way the Ballista shoots, the noises it makes, the hit marker sounds when you kill them, everything about the Ballista, the way it looks, the crosshairs, the reticles, everything about the Ballista is perfect, and it's put into the most perfect sniping game too. The Ballista might not have been the best sniper of all time if they had put it in something like Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1. It maybe wouldn't have been it. Same stats, same everything. But they put it in Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 had easily the best sniping that we've ever had in COD history, and the reason why is partly because of this freaking gun, man. It's so good. Like, if you're like a new gen kid that you never really got to play the OGs. I'm not hating on you. No, you can't choose when you're born. You know what I mean? I get it. But I really do encourage you, if you have an Xbox, to go back, play Black Ops 2, grind it out a little bit, get used to the game, understand how it feels, and then use a Ballista and start trying to quickscope and start learning how to quickscope. You will have so much more respect and so much more love for these old classic snipers, and you will be like, okay, I get it now. I get it now. Because, like, on paper, when you're watching these videos, you probably are sitting there scratching your heads as, like, new gens. You're probably like, what? How is that the best sniper in COD history? Like, it's clearly slower, it's clearly worse, it clearly gets more hit markers than something like the XRK Stalker. You gotta use it in the respective games before you can judge, because it is actually that good. The Ballista is insane. I love it. It's the best sniper in COD history. Everybody agrees. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of today's video, ranking all 104 sniper rifles in Call of Duty history from worst to best. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. Let me know what other videos I'd see in the comment section down below. Check the links in the description for any of my other social medias or any of my other YouTube channels or any of that great mumbo jumbo. Sorry, guys, that my GoPro died and I had to record the last couple ones on my phone. It shouldn't be that bad, but if it is, I really do apologize, man. I don't think it will be. I've done this before in the past, and some people I've like uploaded it on the channels. I haven't even told you guys, and you guys never even noticed anyways, so you might not notice again. But either way, I do apologize for that. What was I going to say, though? In the future, we're probably going to be doing... It'll probably be like a week until we see the next ranking all video. And if we are going to do another ranking all video soon, it'll probably be either the melees class or the specials class, because they're kind of boring, and I feel like this one's going to eat. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of people are going to want to watch the snipers video, and so you guys will have this one to hold you over while we do the boring one, which is either the specials or the melees, and then we'll get into the more interesting ones again, the LMGs, shotguns, and we're going to end it all on the ARs, by the way, because the ARs are clearly going to be probably the biggest class in Call of Duty history. It probably has the most guns in it, if I had to guess. It's either that or the SMGs. It's going to be really close. I definitely think the ARs are going to slightly beat it, but I don't know yet. We'll see. Because a lot of people think, like, well, nowadays they have a lot more SMGs than they do ARs. That's true. A lot of modern CODs, they add more SMGs and ARs into them, but back in the day, that wasn't the case. Back in the day, it was way more ARs than SMGs, so it's definitely going to be interesting with that. I don't know what's going to happen, but either way, yeah, that's the plan for right now as to what we're going to do for these videos in particular. But in the meantime, while we're doing it, we're just going to do some fun videos that I kind of thought about making, like the coolest addition to every COD game. We're going to do that as one of the videos. We have a couple of videos obviously lined up. We've gone over them, but also one thing I want to really do for the Road to Master Prestige series, and I've been trying to work on it recently. I've been grinding World War II, Call of Duty World War II, and getting them in that game. But it is going to be a supply drop opening video in every COD that has supply drops, starting with Advanced Warfare, obviously, and then Black Ops 3, then Infinite Warfare, then Modern Warfare Remastered, then Call of Duty World War II, and then Black Ops 4, doing it because 50 supply drops in each one of the games and opening them all in like one big video. So World War II, I'm grinding, trying to get them all unlocked. Unfortunately, I'm probably just gonna have to buy the supply drops in the other CODs though, because I don't play them as much as I play World War II. And if I waited to play them enough to the point where I got 50 supply drops in each one of them, that would probably take months. So obviously, I don't want to wait that long. So I'll probably end up buying them. I am, full transparency here, you guys know this already anyways, you're smart, I don't gotta lie to you, but I am monetized on this channel now, so I actually am making money on this channel now, and so I'm just gonna reinvest it into the channel. It's not a lot of money, I'll be honest, man, it's 40 bucks. Okay, I'm gonna get 40 bucks for this month, and so I'll probably just put that 40 bucks right back into the channel and spend the $40 on supply drops in Black Ops 3, Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare, whatever it may be, to make those videos. So I think that's gonna be a really fun video as well, so let me know what you guys are thinking for that instance. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, I do appreciate it. Let me know if any of you gun nuts out there like want to correct me on one of these snipers, or if any of you like true demons on the snipers, man, that know exactly what you're talking about, have way more hours on the snipers, want to tell me something. Don't, listen, this is just my personal opinion, so these are my rankings, so don't be like, oh, you're wrong. But if you want to like let me know on your opinions and be like, oh, this is what I think of this sniper, I think it's much better, you actually might want to go back and give it a try or whatever because you got this part wrong, that I'm open for. You know what I mean? That I'm open for sure. I'm really I encourage comments like that. I love comments like that. I like talking with the community more on my channel. So thank you guys so much also for all the support, man. We're at 1,200 subscribers, dude. It's insane. I do want to apologize for not uploading a real video in a couple days, though. I already apologized a couple times at this point, but I wanted to do it again. It was because of this video. I know it's not an excuse, but it is what was happening, so I'm sorry. But in the future, we're trying to upload every day, man. I love this channel. I'm having a ton of fun making it, and I want to, provide for you guys and grow. I want to see this channel grow. It'd be really cool. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Love each and every one of you. Das Vidanya, and have a nice night.